All right. Another franchise is crap. Yes, crap. I couldn't believe Halo Episode 1, the TV series, the long awaited Spielberg Amblin production adaptation of the famous video game series, is finally arrived on Paramount Plus. Yeah, I watched it. I even recommended it to a teenager who may like the video game. And what I'm surprised by is uh, not a shock for those who've already seen the headlines about the creators didn't really care about the game. They didn't really look at the story. They didn't really put any interest in their script as developed. Let me tell you why. In my opinion, I think over the years, so it's just a little history. Amblin, Spielberg's company, bought the rights to adapt this into a film. And for it's like 10 years, this has been in development. Now it's landed at Paramount for this TV series. I think they turned in script after script after script, and all they ended up with was basically a knockoff of Starship Troopers or some other sci-fi product, and it always got shot down. And then when you fast forward to the last 5 years, what they've been able to do with all of our franchises is basically just create content. This watered down, generic. This is Mando season 3. I want to show you a couple of examples and explain to you what happens. So basically, trailers these days are pretty much almost exclusively footage from the first 2 episodes, and the series should be centered around Master Chief, and of course, the actor that plays Master Chief has already come forward and irritated all of fandom with his comments about Master Chief taking his helmet off. The writers and creators have talked about how they gave no regard to any of the history and the lore. And there's an extended universe to this stuff. I am not going to pretend to be a gamer, that I've played Halo and can have some sort of great insight. There are plenty of people that have more. But what I'm going to tell you, folks, is it is content for the sake of content and nothing more. So here we are on Tatooine. Now, this is where Halo picks up. I got to make sure that it is muted. I'm just going to talk over some footage. No, I'm being facetious with my Mandalorian Star Wars parallels because there's so little difference. Now, you have to take Mandalorian and kind of mix it all up to get my connection here, but it was so predictable every step of the way. Okay, so you have Sandy Planet with the humans. They're fighting something, right? This is not in order of how the show plays out. It centers around a general and the leader of these humans. They speak briefly about these mysterious Spartans that you cannot kill. They view the Spartans as the enemy. Of course, the rebellious daughter, has to sneak out with her friends. She stumbles across these aliens. Something's wrong. She's trying to warn the townspeople. This crazy alien, this knockoff sci-fi alien shows up, and they're just vaporizing humans. Their weapons are a joke. I don't understand how this is set 500 years in the future, and these are the weapons. And again, not a Halo gamer. If this is how the game goes, folks, feel free to correct me in the comments. I have no ego here to burst. But obviously, their weapons are next to useless. Anyway, so the aliens show up. They're just decimating and murdering all these humans. And the premise of the show basically is the Spartans show up, led by Master Chief. They're wiping out these aliens, and the daughter is the only one that survives. Quan is the only one that survives. And then you have sort of like corrupt government. And anyway, so let's go through some of the footage in the trailer. So there she is. This is the daughter. Her name is Quan. And I don't want to rag on her as an actress. I think she actually probably, as far as performance goes, she was fine. She's basically the Grogu for this series. Like, Master Chief is supposed to pretty much just walk away and leave her there. But he brings her back, puts her on the ship. He breaks protocol right from the get-go and dismisses the other Spartans to do something else after they find this relic in a cave that he touches and something happens to it, and he has like memories, but he doesn't know they're memories. He's not supposed to take her, but what gets weird is the corrupt government wants to use her as a propaganda piece to be, rah, Spartans are our friends, rah, government. And right now, the propaganda for these humans is so bad, they don't understand who the real enemies are. And I've only heard and read a little bit about the Halo universe, but from what I understand, none of this follows the games. None of this is in alignment. Does that sound anything like what they did with Mandalorian and Star Wars, and definitely Boba Fett? Nothing lines up. So here she is. We're gonna have cliche. We have explosions. We have some monsters. The humans are running. We have all of that's going on. And then, of course, this is the first shot you see in this trailer of Master Chief. Again, we're not going to, yeah, we don't. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is when you really start. No, again, she's Grogu that can talk. Stop the Asian hate. Talks about, hey, do you tuck your helmet off with that thing? So we have helmet jokes. Yep, we're going to have the helmet jokes. We're not going to waste any time getting to that. Let's see. We're going to, let's get to. So even the Spartans have sort of like these generic weapons. And there was this one shot, and I forget who killed the alien, but they pick up their gun, the alien that had the special laser, and blast that alien, and then threw that gun down. This is one of my pet peeves in pretty much all film, especially certain sci-fi films, where you have a piece of weaponry that is so superior to what you've been using, but you don't want to use it like it has cooties. It's so stupid that they wouldn't just pick up these other weapons and use them as well. Like, I'm not saying that you disregard your 500-year-old AK-47, but this laser seems to work. Let's use that. Let's see what else we have in this footage. Some of this stuff, that's episode 2 footage, most likely. We don't see them without their helmets on. That happens later. People walking around. Again, not. Here's Master Chief. I don't know if that's in this episode or not. Yeah. Let's get to this shot. So this is them fighting. You see the alien. Let me back up just a little. You see them fighting. He's taking on 2 at the same time. Boy, that shot is terrible, by the way. Let me go back. When Master Chief swings around to his right, watch how far away the gun is from the thing's head. Oh, I already go far enough back. Let me go back. Okay, so watch the shot. Here it comes. It's. I wish I can get it on just that frame. How do I see? Is there a way to like spacebar? Nope, it goes too far. Oh man, it's so good though. It is like right there. There's like this little shot. Come on. I have to find it. Did you get it? Oh, I didn't get it. Come on. Oh, come on. It's literally like the next frame. It was. Watch it for yourselves, folks. It's like this far away from. Oh, Last Jedi. Okay. So here's Master Chief. Funny to understand too, like there's all sorts of little Halo insignia and little things that are wrong. I'm not gonna pretend that I know. They don't care. So if you think they're going to fix that, I would not bank on that. Not at all. So this is the artifact that he touches, that he activates, because we literally get like one scene of the alien leadership, who basically looks at like a weird amalgam of Snoke meets Dark Crystal, and talks to like the human witch who reads about the humans to learn about the humans, and she can also activate the artifact. Yeah, so he does this. This is what happens. So therefore, he's special. He has a memory, but he doesn't know it's a memory, and flashes back to him. And this is why would a Spartan do that? Let me go back forward here. You decided to help me. So again, he's going to take Grogu on the trip and head back. Let me play a little footage here. You can see why would a Spartan do that. Gives her the gun back on the ship. Well, they cut the line. The line is, I don't know why. He takes his helmet off because she can kill him, but it's not going to break any of the armor And so he takes the helmet off. The worst part about the helmet removal for me, and I know all of you Halo people, you're diehards and all that, but just pretend that I'm the normie that still wants to play along with some of the mystery of the show and the interest of the intrigue of the show. They could have just shown the back of his head and it would have been effective for what they were going for. Like if you had just shown the back of his head and then it cuts to her and she just says, I don't understand. And you just hear him say, aim for the head or something like trust. And then he puts the helmet back on. It makes no sense. And then the whole rest of this episode, like once the helmet comes off, the helmet stays off. Just so you guys know. Right? This is all just nonsense. This is propaganda nonsense. I don't know if that's the shot from episode 1 or not. So anyway, the chief touches the relic again. It blacks everybody out so they can escape. And it was just like, I've got Baby Yoda going on an adventure now. Like it literally is just setting up why Mando would have little token sidekick for cuteness. Yeah, none of this was any. Okay, that's totally another episode. This looks like the Spartans when they arrive. And you can see he does have the 117, but I think that, and I think they're called Silver Team, but I don't think that is in the game either. Again, correct me and everyone else. But if you thought for an instant, wait a minute, what was that shot? Okay, I thought for a second that's not been in this episode yet either. Wow, find the Halo, win the war. Oh, jeez, such trash. Anyway, did you think that they were going to make something good that you would like? Why did you think that? Why would you think that? They've ruined everything else. Is it, what do they call it, Schadenfreude that I'm watching this? Maybe a little bit. I'm okay admitting it. I wanted to see if there was a show I could watch and kind of get into, and this is more like, it's like Disney Plus. Like Paramount Plus is like, well, we got content. We got content. Don't you want to say subscribe? Don't you want to be a subscriber now? We got some content. This is where we're at, folks. This is the new streaming wars. Let me give you something that can tide you over, and you can just have. It's almost like Wall-E. They just want us to have little screens and give us just something that we can consume and get by with. So instead, find yourself a video game adaptation that is decent. So take those recommendations, comments, all you Halo diehards, feel free to hit me on all this stuff I've gotten wrong, because Lord knows there's probably a lot. Anyway, I appreciate your time. All of the bells and whistles and all that nonsense down there. It helps out. You guys know the drill. Thanks for everything. Later, Pops.